of our flaws as a species is we don't realise we're doing cringy things until after the fact. Yeah, hindsight is a powerful tool. And as such, we let celebrities get away with some weird things, particularly when it comes to music videos. So today, we're going to be looking at some of the most iconic, most memorable music videos from the 2010s, and we're going to be analysing them, ranking them in a tier list. Let's go. These are just a few videos that I picked either based off memory or what Google said were some of the biggest hits of the 2010s, but I'm sure there's many more weird music videos from the time that I've forgotten about. So if I'm missing any, put them in the comments and maybe I'll do them in part 2. Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepson. Video-wise, it's such a predictable cliche, but I just love it because of that. Conventionally attractive male mowing the lawn shirtless, trying to wash a car to get his attention. Also, I never noticed this before, but look at the colour grading during the car wash sequence. It looks like someone's applied 60 Instagram filters to it. It just makes me think how much this video is a product of its time. It's the most 2012 thing I've ever seen. The heavy filtering, the silly, quirky, goofy feeling it's got, like falling off the car because you're clumsy, and then having this green screen dream sequence. It's all like that very early 2010s form of humour, and I do love that. I would pay obscene amounts of money to live in this time again. I think it's got to be S tier. I think YouTube Rewind especially immortalised it in all our hearts. Okay, next up, We Are Young by Fun. Absolutely legendary song. I love the military style drums and the absolutely unforgiving bass tone. Amazing song, but that's not what we're here for. The music video is rubbish. Instead of leaning into this relentless, overbearing feeling that the song has at times, instead of playing into this oppressive feeling, it's just a few minutes of people hitting each other and destroying things. It doesn't do anything to support the change in pace of the song, and this is a song that has a lot of potential for some amazing cinematography. Although I will say, I guess the slow motion does kind of add to this fuzzed out, hazy kind of feeling that the song has. I think it's a lot of wasted potential, and for that reason, it's got to be D tier. Somebody that I used to know. This one does so much work to support the meaning of the song. I feel like the paint on the singer's body is almost like a metaphor for blending into the background of life when you move on from a relationship. You get out of a relationship that kind of broke you, so you blend into the background, you fade away, you just become another person on the street as you try and hide away from the life you once had. And as the verse progresses, the story develops, you can see how the world around him just transforms into this harsh, geometric conformity. But then once you're in your new place, you re-meet maybe an old friend. You meet them in the same scenario, maybe different circumstances from before, and there's a bit of a connection. But eventually they fade out of your life again as they lose all their colour and you are once again a single man on the canvas. S tier. Next up, Love the Way You Lie. I'll be honest, I don't really like the song, but I think the music video does a lot to enhance the meaning of the song. If I didn't watch the music video and I was just casually listening to it on the radio in the background, I wouldn't pick up on a lot of the themes. And they are very impactful, meaningful themes. And I'm very pleased that the music video brings these to attention. Violence and domestic abuse and trying to leave an abusive relationship but not being able to, even if it's for your own good. And then the fire acts as like a miniature metaphor that eventually comes in at the end and just consumes everything. Like fire, you know it's dangerous but it has some sort of beauty to it. But eventually, if you don't step away, it will just engulf you. That being said, there's a lot of Eminem standing in a field. You know, I feel like the actual performance segments could be a lot more interesting. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a B. Watch Me by Silentó. It's so typical tacky 2010s. Beats product placement. Sports hall with just people dancing. Like this feels like the start of the dance trend revival. Dancing. That's all it is. I feel like this song with its music video was made to be a school disco song for the next generation. But it's got no substance, it's got no progression. It's D tier. It's D tier. Party rock anthem. First of all, legendary song. Second of all, genius music video. Absolute genius. Let me explain. So the concept is pretty stupid, but it's a fun type of stupid. It's like a zombie apocalypse scenario where everybody, as soon as they hear this song, can't stop dancing. That is marketing genius. The concept of the video is basically saying implicitly, this song is so catchy, it's causing a global pandemic where people can't stop dancing. So not only is it subliminally telling you it's a catchy song, but it makes you want to dance while giving you a dance to do. Every day I'm shuffling. It's not deep, and it does just become a lot of dancing near the end. And it's got a bit too much dialogue at the start for my liking, but it's an A. It's got to be an A. It can't be anything less than an A. Blurred Lines, D tier. I don't need to explain this. It's creepy, it's weird, the dancing's just really awkward, no one looks like they want to be there, and it's just made so much worse by the lyrics. I got shown this music video, the non-explicit version, for the first time in my year 6 class. So either my teacher was really weird, that's the only explanation I can think of, actually. It's just an awful video, D tier. Timber, iconic song, but the video's a bit boring. Pitbull does his usual thing, he talks about partying, he talks about drinking, talks about money, talks about travelling, and they obviously lean into the cowboy theme a lot, so there's a bit of a thematic link there, but it doesn't feel like it was well thought out. So I'm gonna go C. Like, it's not a fail, but it's acceptable, it's just not amazing. And last but definitely not least, Bellyache by Billie Eilish. There's not much progression, the pacing doesn't really change to match the song, which, by the way, it is a good song. Although I do like some features, I like the cartoon-like colour grading. It adds this fantasy, sort of like dreamy kind of vibe that does match some of the tonal elements of the song. And it's just one big metaphor that I still haven't figured out. Why the cart? Why the money? Why the bright yellow outfit? Why the desert? Why the long straight road? Is it a metaphor? I know the lyrics talk about, I'm too young to go to jail. Has this maybe got some link to crime? But then there was a bit where there was a flower on the road. What's the significance of that? Is that like a metaphor for losing your innocence? Also, why the money in like a wagon, like a cart? Is that meant to be like a cart that might be a kid's toy? But you're using it to steal money from a heist like it's a crime? Is it like a young person getting involved in crime and the juxtaposition between a bin bag of money and a kid's toy? Is it a commentary about the youth going down criminal paths at a young age? Or it could just not be. It could just be a road in Arizona where they're towing some money. You don't know. Part of me likes how it's still a big mystery to me. There's this big commentary, this big metaphor, this big message, but you have to figure it out yourself. So because of those two reasons, they kind of cancel out a little bit, so I'm going to go middle of the road, like the music video, and go B. Well, there's some of the biggest music videos that I could think of. But what do you guys think? Comment what music videos I should look at next, and maybe I'll do a part 2. Also, do you agree with what I said? Am I right? Is there anything you'd change? Let me know. If you like content like this or want to see a part 2, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video if you enjoyed what you saw today. That's all I've got to say, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.